Are you falling prey to the shiny object syndrome, literally jumping from one strategy to the next strategy and not getting results on anything? Literally, you know what I'm talking about. You know that you've been jumping from YouTube video to free webinar, trying to piecemeal together your strategy, and now you're wondering why it's not working. Well, if you said yes, if that sounds like you, then you're going to want to pay attention, because over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the three main areas that you need to have 100% clarity in, and the number one biggest mistake that coaches are making that's actually keeping them from their success in their marketing. So, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Dustin Wheeler, and I am a brand and marketing strategist. Now, I help coaches just like you master their mindset, their marketing, and their messaging so that they can create and sell signature programs that leads them to the impact and income that they truly desire without having to be a marketing expert or a guru. And like I said, over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly where you need 100% clarity. And if you're falling into this number one trap that most coaches fall into, that might be keeping you from your success. All right, let's get started. Okay, so you've got three main areas here that are going to lead to your success. Now, from my experience, if you don't have 100% clarity in these three areas, no strategy is going to work. So the first area where you need 100% clarity is what I call your transformation statement. Your transformation statement is who you help, how you help them, what desire you help them achieve, and what's the process that you help them get there with. Like I said in the beginning, my name is Dustin. I help coaches master their mindset, marketing, and messaging so that they can create and sell out their signature programs that leads them to the impact and income that they truly desire without having to be a marketing expert. So that's my transformation statement. So again, it's who you help, how you help them, and what method are you using to get there. So I could have even bumped up my transformation statement a little bit, saying using my 6-phase binge-worthy formula. That's my method. So you need to be 100% clear on your transformation before you can get your strategy to be successful. Now, number two is your sales goals and objectives. Now, most coaches are choosing a strategy. They're going on YouTube. They're looking at all of these cookie cutter approaches and then wondering why their strategy isn't working. Well, it's because they don't know why they're doing that strategy. And the thing is that there is no one size fits all cookie cutter strategy that's going to work for you if you don't understand why you've implemented that strategy. And then the third thing is your strategic path. That's where your strategy is. Now, here's the number one trap that coaches fall into, and maybe this sounds like you too. So the first one here is they're choosing their strategic path first. And then when it comes to their transformation statement, they don't have clarity there. And then when it comes to their sales goals and objectives, they don't have clarity there. And what does that lead to? That leads to no success. Now, this is literally, it sounds so simple, but this is literally where 95% of the coaches that I work with struggle. And they've struggled with this and getting clarity in these two areas for literally months, maybe even years. And this is actually the reason why their strategy isn't successful. So it's not the strategy, it's not the tactic, it's actually the clarity. So the way that you need to go about this, and the three main areas that you need to do first, is this should be your transformation statement. Before you've chosen a strategy, objectives, or sales goals, you need to know who it is you help and be specific, right? You've all heard that the riches live in the niches. Well, this is where your transformation statement is really going to help set you apart from what every other person does. So you need to have your transformation statement. And then number two, you need to know your sales goals and your objectives. Why are you choosing a specific strategy? Because once you have the sales goals, you can actually choose the strategy that's going to help you get there the fastest. And again, if you're looking at choosing this strategy first and you don't have clarity in these two areas, that's why you haven't been successful. So number 2 is knowing your sales goals and knowing your objectives. Are you looking to build an audience? Are you looking to make more sales? Are you looking to get more leads? Now, this is where most coaches say, well, I'm doing all of those things. And I promise you, when you get very specific on one objective and making sure that everything you do points to that objective, you are going to be much more successful down the road, instead of trying to choose 5 objectives at the same time. So there's always one objective that you can pull out that you can run the strategy by. So I really want you to think about that and just pick one. Just focus on one. And then number 3 would be based on your people and how you help them, based on your sales goals and objectives, then what's the best path that's going to help lead you there? Now, you can see where most coaches are doing this, and that's why they're not successful. So it does sound really simple, but like I said, this is where 95% of the coaches that I've coached with, when they start out, that these are the things that they're missing, and then they wonder why, and they blame it on the strategy, that it's the strategy or the tactic. And I promise you, it's not, it's the clarity. So if this sounds like you and you've been struggling with getting clarity in these 3 areas, then I want to invite you to my Marketing Binge membership. Now, the sole purpose of the Marketing Binge is to help you get crystal clear in these 3 areas. It's going to show you how to pick your people, how to choose your niche. It's going to show you how to set your sales goals and how to choose the right objective with what stage your business is in. And then number 3, what is the best strategic path based on your life, your lifestyle, and your business that's actually going to help you get success in that strategy. Now, here's the great thing, is because I am so sick of these $1,000 courses that you're being sold on a daily basis, that at the end of it still leave you just as confused and still leave you just as unsuccessful, is because here's the thing that the gurus aren't telling you, is that your success doesn't live in the course, it lives in the coaching. Right? But these gurus don't have time to do this one-on-one coaching with you or this group coaching with you. No, that's why they're trying to sell you on their course. But truly, your success is going to live in the coaching. Because when you hit these breakthroughs, when you hit these barriers, the course isn't going to help you get through that breakthrough. And that's what's been missing. And I don't want your breakthrough to have to cost you thousands of dollars, because truth be told, you are going to come up against many barriers. You are going to come up against many roadblocks. And if every time that costs you $2,000, well, if you're just starting, that's why most coaches quit. And that's why they think, well, if I just had a marketing team, if I just needed more, if I just had more resources. But honestly, it's about the coaching, the conversation, and the accountability. And that's literally what I want to provide in the Marketing Binge for you on an ongoing basis. Because what gets people's attention today isn't what's going to get people's attention in a month, in 6 months, in a year. I promise you. Just over the course of this pandemic, when we first started out, the studies were that you had about 6.8 seconds to grab your people's attention. And now, through the pandemic and at the end of it, you've got less than 2 seconds. So can you see how that your strategies and your tactics may have to change because of that new information? That's why marketing is a set of experiments and not this once and done thing that if you just choose one strategy that you're automatically going to be successful. But the truth is, when you have clarity in those 3 areas, it becomes a matter of when and not if, because marketing is all about those experiments and making those little tweaks that are going to help you really become successful. And I don't want this to have to cost you an arm and a leg. So literally the marketing binge, we're going to have bi-weekly coaching calls plus some really great training information that's going to help you position yourself as a leader, and then troubleshoot once you've chosen a strategy. If it's not working, be able to troubleshoot it a little bit. Literally is going to be for less than $9 a month. So for less than the cost of Netflix, you guys, you are going to be able to get that ongoing, on-demand coaching that you need to get through your breakthroughs, and have a group that's going to hold you accountable to the work, to the not just the work, but hold you to actually implementing the strategy, and then being there and being able to help you troubleshoot it when you've implemented it. Because I guarantee the first time you try, you're not going to be successful. The second time you try, you might not be successful. Sometimes it takes 5 or 6 tries before you actually start making some progress. And I want you to have the support and the coaching that's going to help you rally around to be able to get that success that you truly want. And like I said, I don't want it to cost you an arm and a leg. So that's why I said it literally at $9, because I am so sick of seeing all of these coaches give up their gifts because they're great at coaching, but they're not good at marketing. So if this sounds like something you'd like to check out, all you got to do is just click the link or leave me a comment, and we can connect and we can see if the marketing binge is a good fit for you in getting clarity in these 3 areas. I hope to see you on the inside.